Welcome to SVL Free News and Views for Friday, September the 27th. Getting ready to finish up here in September, and we're looking forward to two big events here in Statesville and Iredell County. Hops and Harmony right here, right sitting in downtown Statesville. And then, of course, the 46th edition of the Carolina Balloon Fest. We'll hear all about that. But first of all, let's thank all of our sponsors: Mitchell College, Randy Marion, Piedmont Healthcare, Blue Harbor Bank, Fast Fields, and Key to Escape, the Escape Room. Okay, as you know, Carolina Balloon Fest is heading into their 46th year, and it's an amazing event which not only brings a lot of folks from out of town. It's a very regional event, and in fact a national or international event here in Statesville and Iredell County, but also gives back so much. So we wanted to sit down with Bud Welch, the Executive Director of Carolina Balloon Fest, and hear about what's new this year. There's a lot of great things that are new this year, and also we wanted to talk to Brian Salmon and Paul Cook of Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo sponsors the main stage at Carolina Balloon Fest. I'm very fortunate to say I'm going to be the entertainment MC this year along with Eric Hansen. Looking very forward to that. Come on by and see me if you're at the Carolina Balloon Fest at the Statesville Regional Airport. But first of all, before we get to that, let's also remind you, if you haven't done it yet, go to svlfreenews.com to sign up for your email edition, which comes out every morning at 5 a.m. SVL Free News, always local, always free. You'll get to keep up with the latest going on here in Statesville and Iredell County, as well as the things going on here in Iredell County, including the Carolina Balloon Fest. So we're going to go to Wells Fargo now with Mike Furman, who sat down with Brian Solomon and Paul Cook, talking about Wells Fargo involvement as the main stage sponsor at Carolina Balloon Fest Edition 46.
Thanks, Brian. I'm here today in the Wells Fargo branch on Broad Street in Statesville. Joining me today are Bud Welch with the Carolina Balloon Festival, Paul Cook and Brian Solomon with Wells Fargo. Thanks for joining us today, gentlemen.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mike.
Now, Bud, we are 3 weeks out from the Balloon Festival. I know this is a flurry of activity. You're promising the Balloon Festival will be bigger than better than ever. There'll be no rain, no wind.
It's going to be perfect weather. We've ordered it. Chamber of Commerce weather. Mike, October 18th, 19th, and 20th is going to be great. We truly hope that we have the great weather. That's what we're looking for. This year is exciting. We're doing some new things. One of the coolest things is, one of the things everybody's always loved is the balloon glow on Saturday night. This year we have a balloon glow on Friday night and Saturday night. That's super cool. That's our ticket sales are going through the roof on Friday night, just because of that. So the Friday night balloon glow is really cool. I want to touch on Friday real quickly before I continue on with the schedule. Friday night we're changing a little bit different than last year. Last year Friday the parking was all on site, and it wasn't good because everybody and their brother came out. This year parking is exactly like it was last year on Saturday and Sunday. You can park at the fairgrounds for free, and paid parking is on site, and that's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So some other cool things. On Saturday, we're having about 12:30 in the middle of the day, we're having some skydivers jump out of airplanes, not balloons. They're going to jump out of airplanes and fly in and do some real cool stuff, and they'll land down in the bowl, and then they'll head over to the kids zone. And then soon after that, about 30 minutes after that, we'll have a circus on Saturday and Sunday. Last year we had the circus on Sunday, and it was a great hit. Everybody loved it. So this year we're bringing it back Saturday and Sunday. So those are kind of some of the new things that we're hitting on. Again, ticket sales are great. You know, it's just everything's pulled together. It's really coming along great. The community is great. Volunteers are right there for us. We need a few volunteers, but you know, without the volunteers, we couldn't do it. And then it's about sponsors, and it's about like these guys right here. People like Wells Fargo that have supported us for, I know, 7 or 8 years at least. Without these kind of people and the businesses in this town, and people like Paul and Brian supporting us in this community, we couldn't do this. And this is a really large, it's a really large event. We bring 45,000 people to a little small bowl. I was telling the mayor yesterday, they only have 26,000 people in the city, and we bring more than that in one weekend to the Carolina Balloon Fest. But it's because of guys like this that can help us make that happen.
Well, Paul and Brian, let's talk a little bit about Wells Fargo's involvement. As Bud mentioned, you've been involved with the Balloon Festival at least 8, 9, 10 years or more. You're the sponsor of the main stage, which means you get credit for bringing all the great entertainment to the stage, and you can blame Bud for the MCs that he's chosen this year, and just take credit for the music. But let's talk about why this is so important to Wells Fargo and how it fits into your overall marketing mission for the bank in this region.
Well, first of all, with me being from Statesville, I grew up with the Balloon Fest. So when I got into this position as market president, it was critical for me to make sure we're involved in the important things in the community. and obviously the Carolina Balloon Fest is one of those most important things. And so I was able to pull in the Charlotte region as far as people with executive decisions to pull in money, and also to let them know that it's more of a regional event, not a local event, because we meet people from all over the United States, Canada, even overseas that come to this specifically. And two, it's giving back to the community with the nonprofits.
Now, for Wells Fargo, this is a lot about more than just writing a check to Balloon Festival. You really take advantage of the opportunity, and you're out there all 3 days. Brian, tell us about some of the things that your staff is doing out there to engage with your customers.
Well, one of the best things that we're going to be doing, obviously, is having the Wells Fargo hot air balloon. It's going to be out there. We're going to be on site all 3 days. Liftoffs every morning and afternoon. We'll be hosting some business banking clients, retail clients as well. It's a good opportunity for folks to come out, see the balloon, see how we get that thing up in the air. We're also going to have the Wells Fargo Stagecoach. It's going to be there. It's a great opportunity for family to bring their children out, crawl up on the Stagecoach, have their picture taken. We will have what we call a banker's tent available where folks can come out and meet Wells Fargo staff members from throughout the community, throughout the region. Lots of prizes, lots of giveaways, some games that they can do to engage the public as they're coming out and participating in the weekend. So we're excited to be there and to be able to be a part of that. And we should be right at the front entrance.
Yep.
Right when you come through the gate, should be the first thing that you see. So we're excited about that as well. So
Big
we're
Wells
looking forward to
Fargo
the
tent.
weekend. Yep.
No, Paul, we were talking a minute ago off air about you've been up in a balloon one time, in the Wells Fargo balloon. For those who haven't had the opportunity, what's that like?
Well, first of all, I'm scared of heights.
Okay.
But it's quiet, it's peaceful. I mean, you can see on a clear day all the way down to Charlotte, I mean, the mountains, and it's just something serene about it. The landing's a little different sometimes.
Right.
But it's a neat event, and it's something you can check off your bucket list.
No, do you have your own crew as well that chases your balloon? Are those employees or volunteers?
We have a pool of Wells Fargo volunteers. Well, the spirit of volunteerism within Wells Fargo is just phenomenal. So every year we go out to this employee pool throughout the entire organization, and we solicit volunteers for the weekend to be part of the chase group, as well as to be part of the stagecoach and the banker crew. So for over the 3 days, we will probably have between 75 to 100 volunteers out there at any given point in time, doing the chase, setting the balloon up, doing the chase, bringing it back to the site, helping out with the stagecoach activities, helping out with the banker activities. So
Let them know that you have people come back every
yeah,
year.
we have volunteers that reach out to me months before the Balloon Fest to say, put my name down, I want to be a part of this again.
Right.
So they're repeat volunteers, which is wonderful. They come from, I've had them come from North Virginia as far as Florida to participate over those 3 days to volunteer as a Wells Fargo volunteer. So it's a wonderful opportunity for the employees to participate in this.
No, Paul, I know for you, giving back is a big part of what you do and what Wells Fargo does. I think you're very involved in the United Way campaign. And when you look back over the years of involvement with the Balloon Festival, it must be very gratifying to see how much money this event gives back to the community.
It is, and appreciate you mentioning United Way. It goes back to impacting the community, but that boils down to impacting individuals and their lives. And we all know individuals that have been able to take advantage of things that nonprofits have been able to give back.
So, Bud, the last few years, I think you've generated more than $100,000 for local nonprofit agencies.
That is correct. I think it's been the last either 7 or 8 years, Mike, we're a little over $520,000 that we've given back to the community.
So that's incredible.
pretty cool.
That's right.
That's
That's
pretty
amazing.
cool, guys.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat to be able to say that.
Part of that.
So again, the Balloon Festival is the 18th, 19th, and 20th of October. You can get tickets online. Bud, any last thoughts?
CarolinaBalloonFest.com will answer any one of your questions. If you want to be a volunteer, we're still looking for volunteers for crewing and for a couple other things. Go to CarolinaBalloonFest.com and sign up. October 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's just going to be great.
Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.